natural athlete.
Lou now wrestling in 52 kilos. Wrestler in red is Norm Spence from Simon Fraser University. And the wrestler in blue from Korea is In-ho Lee at Danguk University.
Well, again, the Korean has penetrated very, very deeply, but notice how Norm's got his hips sunk and keeping the Korean's head down. There's not a lot you can do on the bottom from that position when your head's down on the mat. I haven't seen Norm wrestle very often, but you can bet if he's from Simon Fraser, he won't lose on conditioning or technique.
No, sir. But I noticed here, Lou, that the Korean was second in the world in the 87 World Sparring Championships. So, obviously, an outstanding athlete.
Oh, we'll see another excellent match there because, again, Norm Spence has been around for a while. Now, Norm, in that penetration, took a knee to the head. It happens. He's rubbed it off. He's okay. You notice how the Korean keeps pushing the head down, pushing the head down. When the head goes down and pops back up, that's when they like to penetrate. Now, Norm, if he keeps circling towards that leg, is in a good position to get a go-behind here. He stays tight on the headlock. Shrugged it off. Korean penetrates again. Not a very good shot. Easily countered.
The Korean doesn't let up on the pressure, though, does he?
No.
Keeps coming for the whole match. Nice barrel roll.
Very nice. He caught Norm waiting on that one, right into a gut wrench. Now there's the ticket for all you young wrestlers watching. The Korean got the takedown and immediately went into the two-point move. Didn't allow Norm a chance to get set. The score is now 5-0 for Lee of Korea. You can see why, with moves like that, that he came second in the world last year, Frank.
Outstanding performance. Second in the world is good. This will be a great experience for Norm. He's not out of this match.
No, he's not out of it. 5-0 with a lot of time to go. He's got to generate some offense here, though. He's letting the Korean control the match here with the head pops and the penetrations. Korean trying to penetrate again. Norm has to get some offense going or score from defense. And it's tough to score when the other man has your leg that tight.
Here's a good opportunity, Lou. Scoring on defense. Now, what do you think Spence should be doing here? Trying to go behind Lou, or just maintaining his position?
Definitely trying to go behind. It's going to be difficult because what the Korean wrestler is doing here is facing him. You notice that he's turning on his knees to stay square. It'd be a difficult maneuver to get behind on. I think Norm's going to have to penetrate in on the legs more on this wrestler. He's not going to score a lot from defense. And he's allowing the Korean right now to control the match.
By my count, I don't think Spence has made an offensive attack yet.
The Korean is an excellent athlete. Look at the flexibility in his hips. Not a lot of wrestlers in that position can get up off their knees like that.
I noticed the referee talking to the Korean about picking up the pace, Lou. What do you think he means by that?
Well, what he's telling the Korean is it's fine to be offensive and penetrate on the legs, but you can't just sit there and hold on and protect your 5-0 lead. Now, he's cautioned the Korean. Even though it looks like he's doing all the work, he really is just penetrating in and hanging on for dear life. He is trying to protect that 5-0 lead at that point. Frank, when you penetrate on the legs, you've got to attempt to improve your position.
Continue the advance.
Exactly. So the Korean has been cautioned. Norm has the choice, put him down or stay on your feet. He elects to put the Korean down. Now, if Norm's a good top wrestler on the mat here, he could easily rack up 4 or 5 points in a hurry. He's got a leg right in. He's trying to
awfully high. Could be in trouble, Lou.
Well, he could be, but he's got those legs tight. As long as you keep those legs hooked, it's pretty hard to go over the top. Again, notice the flexibility and strength in the hips of the Korean wrestler Lee. Okay, we're now into the 1-minute break, and the score is 5-0 for In-ho Lee of Korea.
We're focusing in now on the Korean wrestlers, Lou. I must point out I attended a training session with the Koreans just a couple of years back, and noticed that their training room discipline is very strict. In fact, the coach carried a large bamboo stick around, And anybody that didn't exhibit the kind of intensity that he wanted felt the wrath with the bamboo stick.
Gave him a few whacks, did he?
I don't know why we don't try that here.
I think it's called lawsuits, Frank.
That's probably what would happen.
I think that's essentially a cultural thing. I know the Japanese, up to the past few years, had a very disciplined kind of program. And perhaps that's the reason the South Koreans have advanced incredibly in wrestling and sports in general in the last few years. Now the Korean's trying to penetrate again. This time it was countered well by Spence. He's trying to go behind. He's got to keep that pressure up. And Lee does a counter of his own. Very nice move by Spence by turning to face him there.
Yeah.
Most guys would have given up the point.
Watch for this barrel rolling.
Yeah, if you can get that arm hooked. Circling again, trying to find that opening or create that opening.
Still no offense from Spence at all.
No, he has got to start to penetrate. I mean, if you're down 5-0, you've got to go for it. And I don't know why he hasn't tried to work the Korean's upper body a little bit. The Korean has the leg up in the air, but see, he's just hanging on again.
Yep.
He's making no attempt really to take Spence down. He can hold that leg up as long as he makes it look like he's working. He can kill 30 seconds here. Now the referee is now warning him. There's been no attempt by the Korean here to improve his position.
Much opportunity for Spence to come out of this. For scoring any points, Lou, from that position?
Oh, sure. There are maneuvers from there, as you well know, Frank, some counters. But if the leg is up high and it's tight, it's difficult to counter move from there. You're just trying to stay on your feet or on your foot. See, now, near the edge of the match, you notice Spence is trying to circle back in.
Yep.
Okay, no action. The referee will stop them and bring them back to the middle.
And another attack by the Korean.
And another shot. That's right. You're right. We haven't seen a good leg attack by Spence yet. Of course, the Korean's defense, he's moving all the time. It's hard to hit that moving target. Now, that was interesting. He dropped to his knees and shot then. Probably caught Spence off guard. Now, the referee's calling for a caution on David, or on Norm at this point.
Perhaps maybe just make a comment on what the caution is.
Well, he really hasn't shown a lot of activity in the first or the second period. He was countering well, but what the referee is saying is, come on, Mr. Spence, we've got to see more action from you, especially now that we're getting near the end of the match and the Korean wrestler is up 5-0.
Here's a leg ride that we saw in one of the earlier matches, Lou, again.
Now let's see if Spence can fight off the leg ride the same way the Korean did. Well, he switched off now to a double ankle lock. Very popular move today. A lot of points being scored in this double ankle lock.
Well, here we go.
Yeah.
Spence got to be really tough in this position. Watch the back.
He was tough. He kept his head down as a balance point and got his hips back down to the mat, prevented the Korean from scoring from what was a very advantageous position.
Typical Simon Fraser University wrestler, really tough, won't give up anything easily, won't run out of gas.
They don't quit. If anybody in Canada uses a bamboo rod at the practice, it must be Mike Jones. There's that barrel roll again.
Beautiful.
See, Spence was flat-footed. He wasn't moving. The Korean's made himself a moving target the whole match, and he's been hard to penetrate against. Now, he's got the arm locked up in this guy. Now, Norm got it out. I think both these wrestlers look a little tired. It's been a long tournament. This is probably the 4th or 5th match for both of these fellas. Okay, they're back on their feet now. The score is 8-0 for the Korean wrestler Lee. And Korea will take home a bronze medal in the 52-kilogram weight class. An outstanding performance by the young Korean wrestler, wouldn't you say?
Well, I think it was brilliantly conceived. He kept so much offensive pressure on, and Spencer didn't have